So today we are digging into a scandal that has rocked Iowa's largest school district, the downfall of Dr. Ian Roberts, the former superintendent of Des Moines public schools, his hidden arrest by ICE, his resignation, and now a Department of Justice probe into the district's hiring practices have left parents, taxpayers, and students stunned. What really happened? How did someone with questionable credentials and an expired visa rise to the top of a major public school system? And what does this case say about leadership, accountability, and immigration enforcement in America? Let's get into it. Welcome to Nellie Miranda. As always, please make sure you like and subscribe to support the channel and ring the bell so you never miss a video. Okay, so every day for about a week now, it was always something new on Dr. Roberts. So let's put together all the stories. Dr. Ian Roberts was supposed to be a success story. He was born to immigrant parents. He was said to have been partly raised in the U.S., but it also said that he came to the U.S. on a student visa in 1999. But then it also said he completed his degree at Copen State University in 1998 and competed as a track athlete in the 2000 Sydney Olympics. I mean, at this point, he's an agent because the inconsistencies are screaming at me. Moving on, his resume looked impressive. He'd worked in Baltimore, Washington, D.C., St. Louis, and Pennsylvania before being chosen as the 15th superintendent of Des Moines Public Schools in July of 2023. The school board highlighted his advanced degrees, his leadership experience, and his passion for education. On paper, Roberts looked like the right choice to lead a district serving nearly 30,000 students. Let's take a look at his educational backgrounds, covered by KCCI.
KCCI has been working for the last 3 days to establish a timeline of where and when Roberts was employed, where he went to school, and earned his degrees.
KCCI's Bo Bowman has been reaching out to every known workplace and learning institution Roberts has on his resume. He joins us with what he's discovered. Bo.
Yeah, Ben, Stacy, one thing to note, many of the school districts and universities I reached out to, they're not able to share a whole lot of information because it's a personnel matter or it's protected by FERPA. They're just able to tell me when Roberts was there and what his job title was.
Roberts was a 1998 graduate from Copen State University in Baltimore, Maryland, confirmed to KCCI by the school on Monday through a statement from the university president, where he said Roberts was, quote, a standout scholar and athlete during his undergraduate studies. St. John's University said over the next 2 years, Roberts worked toward and earned his master's degree in social studies. Roberts was first hired in 2001 to teach at Baltimore City Public Schools. The district tells us he was a teacher for 5 years, a resident principal for 1 year, and a principal for 2 years. During that time, Roberts also attended Morgan State University in Baltimore from fall 2002 until spring 2007. The school tells KCCI he was pursuing his doctorate degree but did not receive one. Roberts then spent time working in the District of Columbia Public Schools, St. Louis Public Schools, a school district in Oakland, California, and served as a superintendent at Mill Creek Township School District in Erie, Pennsylvania. That district sent KCCI a statement just before 5 o'clock Monday, stating they received all required clearances while hiring Roberts, including an FBI background check and an I-9 form. The district says they never received any information regarding the expiration of Roberts' work authorization. Roberts left Mill Creek to take the job in Des Moines. In the press release where Des Moines Public Schools first announced Roberts' hiring in 2023, the district said Roberts earned his doctorate degree from Trident University, a private, for-profit online university. KCCI reached out to Trident to confirm his degree, but we have not yet heard back.
But even early on, there were cracks in that image. It came out that Roberts had falsely claimed a doctorate from Morgan State University, a fact discovered during the hiring process. Now, you would think that would have ended his candidacy immediately, right? Wrong. The school board went ahead and hired him anyway. That decision is now coming back to haunt them because what followed makes that resume lie looks small in comparison. Now, fast forward to late September 2025. Immigration and Customs Enforcement agents conducted what they called a targeted enforcement operation. Roberts was pulled over, but according to ICE, he fled a traffic stop. ditched his school-issued vehicle near a wooded area and tried to run. Inside the vehicle, agents found a loaded handgun. When they caught up with Roberts, he had thousands of dollars in cash and a hunting knife. Later, when they searched his home, they found 3 more firearms, a pistol, a rifle, and a shotgun.
Tonight, the former superintendent of Iowa's largest school district now behind bars. The DOJ charging Ian Roberts with 1 count of being an illegal alien in possession of firearms.
I'm excited to be a part of this journey.
Roberts, a native of Guyana, resigned from his position as the Des Moines superintendent Tuesday after he was detained nearly a week ago on allegations he was in the country illegally. School district officials say 2 years ago, Roberts claimed he had a doctorate from Morgan State University, but they say records showed he never obtained it. Despite the discrepancy, the district still hired him. Now, MIT saying Roberts' claim he was an MBA student there is also false. And George Washington University saying the Principal of the Year award Roberts boasted he received does not exist. In a statement, the Des Moines School Board saying they are a victim of deception, but Roberts' attorney asking the public to withhold judgment.
This is a very complex case. Take it a step at a time.
ICE officials say Roberts entered the U.S. in 1999 on a student visa and was given a final order of removal in May of 2024. Authorities say he tried to evade arrest and was in possession of multiple firearms.
And Whit, Roberts remains in custody. He has not yet entered a plea on that federal charge.
Here's the kicker. Roberts had been living in the U.S. on a student visa that expired back in 2004. He had a final removal order issued in 2024. So that's a whole 20 years, which is interesting because what happened in that 20 years and what was his status within that 20 years? Anyways, that means he has been here illegally, had been ordered deported, and was still sitting at the top of a taxpayer-funded school district, drawing a 6-figure salary while possessing firearms. Something that is a federal crime for anyone here unlawfully. And I guess one would have to wonder, how did he purchase them? Or maybe they were purchased for him. His lawyer tried to present a reasoning for having the firearms, claiming that Dr. Ian Roberts could be at risk for threats based on his police work in Guyana. Take a listen.
The allegation about the loaded weapon in the district vehicle, if that did happen, that would be grounds for termination. Can you respond to that?
Oh, that's a great question, Dave. I cannot respond to it because some of the facts I know about that I've only gathered through my client, but I will tell you a couple of things that perhaps you guys don't know yet. He was in the military in Guyana. You probably know some of that. In that military operation, he led most of the most difficult raids on the biggest criminals in Guyana. And in doing that type of work, he was a target on some occasions to be taken out by the cartel. And so we don't know where that goes, but I think perhaps the government knows that. We know that. But that's about as far as I can comment on where they saw it. But he was he was transferred, he went to the military academy, was transferred to the police department, and he was in charge of leading, not just in Guyana, but in South America, work on dangerous criminals.
I am not at all denying his work with the police force, but if that was a concern, why such a public job? He has done multiple interviews. He doesn't seem like he would be hard to reach. Okay, so after his arrest, the Iowa Board of Educational Examiners quickly revoked his license. The Des Moines School Board placed him on paid leave, and then Roberts submitted his resignation letter, claiming that he didn't want to distract from students' success. But it was too late. The damage was done, and on October 2nd, the federal prosecutors charged him with being an illegal alien in possession of firearms, a serious felony that could put him behind bars. And as if that weren't enough, now the Department of Justice has opened an investigation into Des Moines public schools for race-based hiring practices. Federal officials want to know whether the district prioritized diversity over legality and competence when making major leadership hires. In other words, was Roberts selected not because he was the most qualified candidate, but because he checked the right political and demographic boxes?
The federal investigation now underway into Des Moines Public Schools. KCCI's Pepper Papura is live for us this evening at Central Campus. Pepper, the district says they just learned about this a couple of hours ago.
That's correct, Ben, they did. So they learned about it through a letter from the Department of Justice. They say they received that this afternoon. That's just a few hours before a special session that's supposed to happen here at Central Campus for the school district to consider whether the superintendent needs to either resign or be removed. Now, we're told that letter says that the investigation is focusing on the district's hiring practices. That's in response to information that it has an affirmative action plan that includes quotas. The department is concerned that could violate federal Title VII laws that bar discrimination in employment practices. The letter cites district plans launched in 2021 to focus on increasing the number of teachers of color in the district through recruitment and retention. A page on the district's website discusses hosting an anti-racist town hall with the community, as well as seeking out Black employee experiences at the district. School administrators of Iowa responded to the investigation announcement by saying in part, "We maintain that all districts must comply with state and federal laws while prioritizing the need of their students, staff, and families. We're confident DNPS leadership and its board will respond appropriately through this investigation." Now, we don't know if this investigation is related to Robert's arrest that happened a few days ago, but that is something that we are planning to ask at that meeting here tonight.
Parents and taxpayers are furious. The district has a $265 million bond referendum on the ballot, and strategists are already saying that this scandal may sink it. Why would voters hand over more and more money when the people in charge couldn't even verify whether their own superintendent had the legal right to work in the country? At the very least. Never mind the previous gun charge. Never mind the storytelling about his degree from Morgan State. Well, apparently, the school has some questions too. And now, they are shifting the blame on the third-party system who's supposed to vet candidates for the job. Take a listen.
Des Moines Public Schools says it's suing a firm hired to help with its superintendent search a few years ago. It led to the hiring of now former Superintendent Dr. Ian Roberts. The school board held a special meeting this morning. KCCI's Kayla James is live outside the district office this afternoon for us. And Kayla, the board says the firm failed its duty to properly vet candidates.
That's right, Jody, and board chair Jackie Norris even going on to say Dr. Roberts should have, quote, never been presented as a finalist, end quote, something the 6-page lawsuit that we have emphasized. Now, the board met earlier this morning at around 8 o'clock and said it's been considering legal action since allegations regarding Roberts started coming to light. Past board meeting documents show the district signed a contract with JG Consulting in December of 2022. In the firm's proposal to the district, it notes how the process would go. There's a pre-screen process and background checks of each candidate with a third party. That document also notes JG Consulting is a registered agent with E-Verify. An attorney representing the district did confirm DNPS did receive a copy of the background check that was conducted.
Clearly, they missed things of a negative nature because things are being identified now online in hours.
Now, I did reach out to JG Consulting this morning, but have not yet heard back. Now, a question that has been asked from people was asked today is if the district is considering taking any legal action against Dr. Roberts. Norris answered by saying they're taking it one step at a time. Right now, the focus is on the search firm, and it's also on just, taxpayer money and recouping it, as well as helping out with the reputational damage that the district has received.
That is very, very, very interesting because remember all of the radical empathy Jackie Norris was asking us to have when this scandal first came to light? We must do like Dr. Roberts and have radical empathy.
Before we begin, it seems fitting to take a page out of Dr. Roberts' book and ask the community to engage in radical empathy as we work through this situation together. Radical empathy is the recognition that we can disagree and still empathize with each other.
Now that she's under fire, she no longer has radical empathy and wants DMPS held accountable, and rightfully so. All parties should be held accountable. See, this isn't just about one man. It is about a system that failed at every level, a school board that ignored resume fraud, a district that accepted surface-level documents without digging deeper into legal status, and a political culture that often puts ideology, diversity, identity, appearances ahead of basic competence and the rule of law. Let's be honest. If an American citizen applied for this same job, lied on their resume, failed to meet requirements, and was caught with a firearm before, would they have even been considered in the first place? Probably not. But Roberts was given the benefit of the doubt over and over again until the law finally caught up with him. This scandal erodes public trust in schools. Parents are asking, if this happened at the top, what else is slipping through the cracks? Are the people running our schools putting politics and appearances ahead of students' safety and success? And the DOJ probe only adds fuel to that fire. If the district is found guilty of race-based hiring, then it's not just poor oversight. It is outright discrimination and violation of federal law.
Well, for the first time, we are hearing from Roberts' attorney. He claims Roberts was under the impression that his immigration case had successfully closed. He says he was led to believe that based on a letter he received from his former immigration attorney just 6 months ago. Local 5's Alex Fulton is in studio after attending a press conference with Roberts' lawyer. Alex, what were the major developments that he told you and other reporters?
Well, Stephanie, Dr. Ian Roberts' attorney today confirmed his client was born in Guyana, but stopped short of saying if he is a U.S. citizen or had ever applied to become one. He emphasized that this case is complicated and there's only so much he can share right now as he works to gather more information.
We have not stopped working on this case since Friday at about 3 o'clock.
Des Moines attorney Alfredo Parrish is representing Dr. Ian Roberts, who resigned from his position as DMPS superintendent.
This is a case that's been juggling through the system for a number of years.
On March 27, 2025, Roberts allegedly received an email from his then immigration attorney, Jacqueline Gonzalez, based out of Pasadena, Texas. It had the subject line, "Closure of immigration case," and the body stated, quote, "I am pleased to report that your case has reached a successful resolution." This would have been almost a year after Roberts received his final order of removal for May 2024.
When the case was reopened, you'll see that that date was May of 2024. So the question then becomes, what existed before that time? So that's what we're in the process of trying to dig through.
I asked Parrish why he believes ICE agents waited over a year after his final order of removal to detain Roberts.
We don't know. It can go from day to day. As you've seen by watching the news reports, people can leave very quickly, or they could be here for some time.
In Omaha Immigration Court, Parrish and his legal team did file a motion to stay for Roberts, and they plan to file a motion to reopen his case.
This is a very complex case. It's complex, it's difficult, and there are a lot of what I would call a myriad of issues that are involved.
Parrish wouldn't answer if Roberts was authorized to work in the U.S. and when he came to the country. ICE officials claim he entered the U.S. on a student visa in 1999, but records show he graduated from Copen State University in Baltimore in 1998.
There are a lot of inconsistencies in contracting stuff. That's why we're trying to get access to the file so we'll have a better understanding of what that is.
Think about the ripple effects. Robert is gone, but the students are still here. The district still has to rebuild credibility, regain parental trust, and convince voters to support its bond measure. And other districts across the country are watching because this case is now a cautionary tale. Vetting matters, immigration enforcement matters, credentials matters, and above all, public trust matters. But again, this isn't just about Dr. Ian Roberts. It is about whether we as a country are serious about merit, accountability, and the rule of law. If we let politics and ideology blind us to red flags, then scandals like this are inevitable. The lesson here is clear. Schools must get back to basics. Focus on qualifications, honesty, and legal eligibility, not trending talking points or demographic quotas. Otherwise, students and taxpayers will pay the price. What do you think? Should the school board be held accountable for hiring Roberts despite the warning signs? And do you think the DOJ probe will uncover deeper issues in how districts make hiring decisions? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And as always, if honest commentary brings you value, please make sure you like and subscribe to support the channel and ring the bell so you never miss an update. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.